Yes.
I haven't spoken in a long time, I'm sure.
I haven't spoken French in a long time either, but I do understand it a little bit. So I can sort of make my way through the lexicon.
I can only go 1 to 10 in French.
It's better than nothing.
Something. That's something. Yeah, that's something. I don't know either. I don't care.
It's different. This is the first time.
I don't care. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to entertain. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we.
Still hear you.
Bon bonjour et bienvenue à tout le monde. Hello to our English person speaking.
Merci bien.
Donc, pour les gens qui ne sauraient pas, nous avons Monsieur Big Jim, le Big Jim Miller.
Le grand Jim.
Le grand Jim, exactement, avec Lee Tockar.
Oui, c'est moi.
C'est lui, tout à fait. Oui, tu l'as reconnu au tac, c'est bien.
Oui, ça fait longtemps.
So,
Ça fait que 3 ans.
on va vous faire un petit rappel un peu de qui ils sont, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait. So, if maybe Mr. Le Grand Jim can give us an introduction about himself, so that people who might not know who he is, which would be quite disturbing, can now be enlightened in your great way.
Well, I'm a fat man with no hair. I've worked in animation for almost 20 years now, about I guess next year will be 18 years, and I primarily worked on Ed, and Eddie as a storyboard director for 10 years, and then I worked on a few other small shows like Kid vs. Cat and Packages from Planet X, and then I started out as a storyboard artist on My Little Pony in season 1, was the storyboard supervisor on seasons 2 and 3, and then the director on seasons 4 and 5, and the upcoming season 6.
Yay!
Yes. Yep.
Donc, pour vous la faire courte,
He is basically a very big deal. Is what he
Yeah.
He's a pretty big deal.
Just
c'est
in
un
size.
grand monsieur. He's a big guy.
He's a big, not just big guy. He's a big deal. His resume. C'est très
Il
grand.
a un très gros CV. 20 ans dans l'animation, c'est quand même pas rien.
Ouais.
Ça en impose. Il a travaillé dans le storyboard, en tant que storyboard depuis la saison 1, quand même, de My Little Pony, mais pas seulement. Il a travaillé dans d'autres.
Oh, who's that, Jim? Who's that?
This is my dog.
Et aussi, il a un chien et un chat. There's a dog and a cat. The cat is hiding behind the big Jim.
The dog has all the hair he doesn't have on his head.
No, not for me.
Et donc, pour vous situer, donc il a évolué quand même, puisque donc il était au storyboard, puis ensuite il est passé en tant que superviseur et directeur, là pour la saison 5 et pour la saison 6. Donc ça ne rigole pas. He's a big deal. He's a big deal.
He is a big deal.
What about you, Tockar? Can you give us the outline of what is your role in making the show happen?
Je suis canadien. C'est possible. I can speak partially in French and partially in English.
That's
so
fine.
I will basically make it very, very difficult for your translator to understand me. But I want to say bonjour mes petits amis du Pony en France. Comment allez-vous? Mon grand plaisir, c'est mon grand plaisir d'être avec vous aujourd'hui. Vous trying to speak French, ce n'est pas. Je vous aime tout. Je vous aime tout. Merci bien pour ton l'invitation. Je suis Stephen Magnet et Snips, the unicorn, et Gummy, le guetteur, l'existentiel. Oh, mon petit pony. So I hope I have not offended you with my terrible French, but
Pour la faire courte, de la même façon, il est canadien, donc du coup, d'un point de vue français, ça peut passer, et il espère avoir été relativement compréhensible.
Je comprends la langue du français plus que je parle. So I hope you'll forgive me. But I do want this year. I as a voice actor, this year I'm going to learn proper French, and I've been to Paris twice, and it is my favorite. If I was not living in Vancouver, I would live in Paris. I will tell you a story of why later, but. It's a good story. Anyway, so I want to learn this year Mandarin and Urdu, which is East Indian, but the language of the poets in East India, and proper Parisian French. But I think maybe I'm doing it because I want to. I know it is My Little Pony. Do we have French-speaking ponies? Do they must replace us?
I don't know.
Is there French-speaking ponies?
There's a French dub.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
There's
that's
a
what
French
I'm.
version, yes.
So what I'm trying to do is get more work in France. So that's what. But I do love, I mean, j'adore la France, j'adore les Français. I love the culture, and I love your culture, and I thank you for welcoming me to your show, to your panel, and it's an honor.
Oh, thanks. Pour traduire en français, donc, il nous dit que, en tant que doubleur, son rôle, ça va vraiment être d'essayer d'aller en France et d'apprendre le français, dire le vrai français. Enfin, il parle de. Voilà.
Okay, I'm gonna need a translator for that.
He's translating you.
Because half your answer was actually in English, not in French. You did the half. So, donc, il a déjà été à Paris 2 fois, et s'il n'habitait pas déjà relativement loin, la ville dans laquelle il aimerait vivre, ce serait Paris, et apprendre le vrai français, lui, plutôt français parisien, et il adore la culture française, et il dit qu'il est très honoré d'être parmi nous pour ce panel Skype. Merci, Tockar, pour cela. Je voulais savoir, Monsieur Miller, Jim Miller, can you explain to us how is the creation process of an episode from storyboard point of view?
From a storyboard point of view, well, if we're just talking about storyboards specifically, usually how it works is you would get the finalized script, the locked version of the script, which means there's not going to be any more changes to the dialogue, in addition to a voice track that has already been recorded with the actors of all the dialogue for the episode and all the designs for that episode, well, the main designs, the key designs. And then you sit down with the director and sort of talk about general thoughts of the episode, some things that he or she is thinking about they would like to try, or some moments that they want to play up a little more, maybe discuss a couple jokes. Then you go back to your desk and you draw everything out in what we call thumbnails, which are these little small, rough, crappy drawings, just to get the flow of the story, all the shot selection, and the staging. And then after about 2.5 weeks, you meet with the director again and the storyboard supervisor, and you take them through the episode. And then at that point, the director can say, I like this joke, I don't like this joke, rearrange these shots, cut this sequence out, move this here, and we can make all those changes. And then you go back to your desk for another 3 weeks and draw it up really nice and pretty, make it look really slick. And then once you hand it in, it's then given to what we call a slugger and an animatic editor, where they sit down with the director and time it all out and adjust the timing and make further revisions if needed at that stage.
Yeah. Hey, actually, Jim, if I may, I teach. Je suis un professeur de voiceovers. So what I have found is that the writers of animation write for the voice actors, and the voice actors perform for the animators, and all three of those elements, that makes the cartoon for the kids at home.
Well, but it's even more involved than just those 3 stages.
Yeah, no, because there's tweening and like.
Well, there's boarding, there's layout, there's really group effort.
But yeah, absolutely. But when I perform as a voice actor, I know I'm not doing it for the kids at home. I know I'm doing it for you, actually.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for you so that you can, the more articulate I become, the more fun I become.
Yeah.
It gives you something to animate around. And
right. We can build on your performance if we have a strong performance.
Yeah, so the writers write for us, we perform for you, and all 3 of us make a beautiful show.
There you go.
Yep, I think that's the way it is.
D'accord, well thank you, that was very informative. Donc, pour vous expliquer un peu, donc grosso modo, en fait, ce qui se passe, c'est qu'ils ont une version finale du script avec des voix, avec les voix pour pouvoir travailler plus facilement sur l'épisode. On leur fournit également des éléments de design clés sur lesquels ils devront travailler. Ensuite, ils se réunissent avec le directeur qui leur fait part de certaines choses qu'il aimerait peut-être voir, des blagues ou des effets visuels. S'ensuit après une première version qui en gros va montrer comment l'épisode se passe, comment les différentes suggestions du directeur ont été mises en place. À ce moment-là, il y a une nouvelle réunion avec le directeur et le superviseur où ils vont donner leur avis sur les arrangements, faire part des retours qu'ils ont envie, dire « Ah non, cette blague, ça passe pas si bien que ça finalement, donc on va le rechanger ». Et ensuite, avec ces différentes suggestions, ils vont revenir avec une version plus clean, plus finale. Et ensuite, donc, il y a un type qu'ils appellent un slugger, que c'est assez intéressant comme terme, n'est-ce pas, et un éditeur qu'ils vont, en gros, faire une nouvelle révision pour permettre à l'épisode d'être joli.
Alors à ce moment-là, il y a Tockar qui est intervenu et qui a rajouté que, comme lui aussi avait fait du voice-overs, du doublage, il avait rajouté que il y avait en gros trois choses qu'il fallait mettre en perspective. C'était que les écrivains écrivaient pour les animations, qui retravaillaient pour les voice actors, les doubleurs, qui retravaillaient pour les animations. Donc il y avait vraiment un tout qui se faisait, et c'était ces trois choses-là qui faisaient un vrai dessin animé qui était consistant. Bon, après, il y avait d'autres choses, ce qu'ils appellent le twinning. Par contre, je ne sais pas ce que ça veut dire.
Le quoi?
Twinning.
I don't know.
Lee Tockar, you told us about twinning. What is it?
Well, I think Jim would be better asked to this, but what I understand tweening to be is there is a process by which there is storyboarding, and then and those storyboard panels, they become more elaborated, and tweening is the actual animators actually animating between the stills and
That's not accurate.
Isn't that what tweening is? I thought
Tweening is a technical term for describing adding panels and frames in between keyframes in animation, but it's like getting to that stage is really far down the line. It doesn't go from boards right to tweening. It's
because I'm not an animator and I'm not.
Yeah. I understand.
I do have some experience, and I know a lot of storyboard artists, and I know a lot of people in the industry. I'm one of the very few voiceover actors that actually know a little bit about what goes on in what's called the trenches. And Jim, you can.
As I understood. Okay.
So tweening, as Jim has stated, is just they're taking from images and animating all of the things, all of the motions that get it to keyframe.
And there's also a function in Flash that will automatically add a pose in between two frames, and that's called tweening, but it usually needs tweaking. You can't just, it looks funky. It just puts one like exactly in between the two drawings.
Okay, I'll translate this.
Hey, I'm curious, actually, Jim. What is it? Toon Boom, or what do you guys use?
Flash.
It's Flash.
It's Flash, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Flash is the thing that makes cartoons happen.
Well, it's the people, but Flash is the program.
I love it. People make it happen. Flash is the program. Quoted by Jim himself. There you go.
Okay, so we're going to translate all that in a very fluent version for the people.
Si vous connaissez donc la méthode du résumé, ça consiste à prendre un énorme truc pour le mettre plus petit. Voilà. Donc là, ce qu'on va faire, c'est juste, il y a eu plusieurs échanges entre eux pour se mettre d'accord sur la définition du twinning que j'aurais demandé. Et alors, Big Jim nous a complété la définition initiale donnée par Tockar, ce qui se résume à lorsque le dessin animé est en cours de création, sont d'abord décidés ce qu'ils appellent des keyframes, c'est-à-dire des images prises à un instant donné dans le dessin animé final, en devenir, qui seront ensuite interpolées, c'est-à-dire qu'on va insérer de nouvelles images pour avoir une transition fluide entre deux images clés. Par exemple, si j'ai un plan d'ensemble sur, je sais pas moi, Ponyville, et qu'après je fais un zoom sur un poney en particulier, eh bien, ça va constituer une première et puis une deuxième image une fois que le zoom sera fait. Et le twinning, ça va être d'insérer toutes les frames, toutes les images entre les deux pour avoir une transition qui peut s'animer en réalité. C'est l'animation à proprement parler. Voilà.
Okay, so I have one for Mr. Tockar, Monsieur Tockar, for you.
No problem.
Here's one for you that I think you've heard it before, but you know, it's always a classic. But also, Big Jim can answer this one. You can answer both. It's magical,
Sure.
like friendship. So, what was your initial reaction? You know, when you heard about the Brony community, about those male fans of My Little Pony?
Jim, why don't you take this one first?
All right. I initially thought it was weird.
Me too. Well,
Because I'd never worked on a show that had. When I worked on Ed, Ed, and Eddie, we heard that people liked the show, but because it was in the early days of the internet, we never really experienced that in the same way. So this was the first show where I got to really experience the fan response in real time, and that was a little bit strange initially, but now it's great.
Yeah, and I felt the same way. I didn't really realize, but again, I must reiterate, again, to restate, the writers write for us, the voice actors, but really, the only reason that I exist at all in this show is because of the show directors, Jim, and Jason Thiessen. I mean, he is, you guys are the reason why the show is looking the way it looks. I read the writing and I perform for the show directors. That is my job. And together we make cartoons. We make something beautiful for the kids at home. So the only reason, and it has to come down to, and I'm not like, but Jim, you're the reason. You and Jason Thiessen, you are the reason why the show looks so good. The writers from Megan on up, they write for us and we perform for you. We make the show for you to make, to make it look interesting. And I don't know if people think about cartoons that way, but I do. And it's important that everybody thinks about cartoons that way. We are only here as voice actors. We're only here to make the writing better and to make the actions that the animators draw more animated. So, I don't know. It is a beautiful, when I first when I first understood what the heck this whole movement was when people started talking about it, and Tabitha St. Germain, Kathy Westlook, Nicole Oliver, like all these people that I had known, we'd all worked together on hundreds of cartoons before. So it was no big deal, it was just another cartoon. But when they started talking about it and the movement began, we were all swept away with the idea that, holy cow, this is a real thing. This is a real cartoon. It's becoming something more than what we've been experienced with in the past. And what's great about this as well is it has accelerated the careers of people like Jim and Jason Thiessen and Megan and all these people, and Tabitha St. Germain. Cartoons are a predominantly male-oriented thing, so it's wonderful. There's something terrible happening outside. That's okay. Well, that's all right. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, cartoons are predominantly male-oriented, but it's really nice to see a cartoon like this, which is very much girl-empowered, and that is good. So Kathy Westlook, Nicole Oliver, Tabitha St. Germain. You know, there is so many. It's fantastic. And anyway, I'm talking too much. Sorry, I haven't had my morning
Well, it's a
coffee.
very genuine answer.
I've not had my morning coffee yet.
Well,
So
we do appreciate
anyway.
your honesty.
Yeah, but I am being very candid with you. It's a great cartoon, and it's a great bit of animation where. Okay.
So, donc, on va.
Comment en français? Je ne sais pas.
Ça va, tout va bien.
Merci.
Donc, pour faire rapidement ce discours très empreint d'honnêteté, on aime bien. Et Jim, au début, trouvait ça un peu bizarre, parce que bon, c'est vrai que c'est quand même un peu bizarre, hein, quand même, faut être honnête, hein. On est tous un peu bizarres. Oui, surtout moi. Mais au début, c'était un peu bizarre, puisque c'est un peu la première fois qu'ils avaient vraiment un vrai retour, surtout avec Internet qui s'est développé. C'est à ce moment-là qu'ils ont vraiment eu une réponse des fans, et ensuite, pour la suite, c'est monsieur.
La réponse qui après a été donnée par Lee Tockar a d'abord été de dire moi je suis d'accord avec Jim Miller, je me suis senti pareil, c'était bizarre. Et en se rappelant toujours que ce sont les écrivains qui écrivent pour les voice actors, les doubleurs, pardon, et aussi du fait que donc oui, Lee Tockar a passé beaucoup de temps à flatter Jim, parce que en fait ce qui s'est passé, c'est il a dit que Jim était en réalité une des raisons avec le fandom Brony qui ont fait que le show Mon Petit Poney, My Little Pony, est actuellement ce qu'il est. Voilà. Donc ça, il a tenu à vraiment souligner que Lee Tockar travaille pour Jim Miller, et cet ensemble travaille in fine pour les Brony. Et ça, c'était franchement intéressant pour lui. Alors, il ne sait pas si tout le monde pense vraiment, un peu comme lui, que c'est très important d'avoir des directeurs qui sont très compétents comme ça, et un fandom qui est aussi développé. Mais en tout cas, lui, c'est ce qu'il ressent. Et en fait, quand il a compris au début ce que c'était que le phénomène Brony, il s'est dit, comme il avait déjà travaillé sur beaucoup d'autres dessins animés, il s'est dit, c'est juste un autre dessin animé, pourquoi celui-là? Il comprenait juste vraiment pas du tout, quoi. Et c'est là qu'à la fin, en finissant par accepter la réaction du fandom, il s'est dit, ok, c'est juste que ce dessin animé-là, en réalité, il devient quelque chose de plus grand que ce qu'ils avaient au début imaginé comme juste un dessin animé pour petites filles. Et par la même occasion, ça a accéléré plusieurs carrières, notamment par exemple celle de Jim Miller, qui se sont fait booster par le phénomène Brony, qui donc du coup a connu une résonance inespérée. Il dit, c'est pour ça que ça, c'est une des raisons qui me force à dire que c'est super de faire un tel show.
Okay, so we're going to now start the questions from the audience for you. S'il y a des gens qui veulent poser des questions, there are people who want to ask questions.
Si vous posez des questions en français, pas de souci, nous les traduirons pour soit Lee Tockar, soit Jim Miller, soit les deux.
Human Traductor Engine is ready.
Levez la main à la question.
On a là-bas.
Is that you, Jim? Did you just do that? No? Oh, okay. Somebody. That's.
Oh my God, the Zoom! The Zoom! The Zoom!
Zoom!
Hello. It's a bit of a question for both of you guys. How much, like you get writing in and other things, and I sort of get the idea that from seeing other panels with people who work on the show that you get some freedom to sort of add to it in your own little ways, like with your voice performances or during the storyboard adding jokes. So could you tell us a bit about that?
Lee, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I am one of the few. Sorry. I'm one of the few people in Vancouver that the directors will allow to improvise. L'improvisation. Je ne sais pas.
Improvisation.
Comment dit-on?
Improvisation.
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 Okay.
It's okay.
I'm one of the very few people that actors that the directors will allow to improvise because I don't have an off button. I just speak and it just things come out, things fall out of my mouth, and hopefully I just say whatever's funny to me in my mind. So I'm one of the few. So I am allowed sometimes to speak. I just let words fall out of my mouth. Good luck translating that. So that's where I come from as a voice actor. Jim, as an animator and a show director, I'm sure it must come more deliberately, I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah, well, we're tasked with taking both the written word and the spoken word and putting all the visuals in. So we have probably a lot more freedom to add things than anyone else, in the sense that, I'm sure you guys watched today's episode. We decided more or less on all those costumes that the characters were wearing in the episode. Obviously, Hasbro has to approve everything, but we have those discussions. We figure them out. We add in jokes all the time, some that don't make it all the way. But the amount of freedom we have on this show, we have a lot of really amazing and supportive executive people at Hasbro who, to their credit, have let us do some pretty weird things in the show, which is really gratifying creatively for us.
Jim, can I ask you a couple questions?
Well, I don't know. These guys paid to ask us questions.
No, I know, but I'm curious. Like, DHX has just exploded. Mm-hmm. And DHX represents Hasbro, and Hasbro has the perfect triumvirate in my mind. They have the hub, which is the...
Well, it's called Discovery Family.
It's the channel. And then they have the property, which is MLP for one. And now they've just bought up Nerdcore, so all of the shows that I'm on as well as those ones. But they're just. Has it become different for you as?
Not really. There's a lot more people in the building.
Is there less creativity because Hasbro and DHX and the whole thing has become more of a corporation? Has it changed as terms of creator?
No, as far as I've experienced, it's exactly the same. That just means that there's more people in the building, more than anything. That's it.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I just needed to know because, I work for the same company as you, but I have many shows that I'm in, and I don't know I don't know your end of it. I don't know, but I'm curious. I'm just curious. It's because they're huge. DHX is massive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and they're going to be like the next Disney. So, curious, cool, thanks, just needed to know.
Donc,
And
en gros,
translate.
yes. Donc, en gros, pour répondre donc, à la question de notre cher invité hollandais, pour faire la traduction, donc en gros, la question qui a été posée, c'était surtout en relativité aux libertés artistiques. Donc, du côté de Miller, entre notamment les écrits et l'improvisation des voice acteurs, d'après le retour qu'on a, il y a une assez grande liberté pour ajouter des choix personnels, notamment pour les épisodes d'Halloween sur les costumes. Des poneys, ils sont assez. Hasbro, bien sûr, forcément, va regarder, mais ils ont quand même une bonne liberté et c'est de bonne guerre. Puis ensuite, Tockar a enchaîné sur une question par rapport à une fusion entre Hasbro et DHX en demandant est-ce que finalement, est-ce que tu as ressenti des changements ou pas? Non, a priori, il n'y a pas de changement.
La seule différence, c'est que le bâtiment est plus grand et qu'il y a plus de gens dedans.
Tout à fait, plus de gens. Question suivante. Allez, vas-y, cours.
I have a question for Jim Miller.
Yes, sir.
In Appaloosa Most Wanted, how did you end by doing the voice for Troubleshoes?
Oh, we were doing, when we had the design breakdown for that episode, we had the time to do like read-throughs. So in the room, we just had the designers each play a character, and I ended up playing Troubleshoes in that read-through. And it was fun, so I jokingly said to Jason, I should do the voice. And then he said, well, you should audition for it. And since he was directing that episode, I thought, what the hell? I'll do it just for fun, not expecting to get it. And then he took all the auditions home to play for his wife, because he could tell which one was me. And his wife picked the one she thought was the funniest, and it ended up being mine. So I was very, very lucky to get that part.
Taking food out of my fridge, my friend. No, that's good. It's good. It was funny. It was really funny. You gotta go. Whatever is funny, that's what you gotta go with.
Yeah.
Donc en gros, pour répondre à la question, c'était comment s'est passé un peu son casting pour Troubleshoes. Donc en fait, quand ils avaient fait le design de l'épisode, grosso modo, chacun des designers avait plus ou moins un personnage, et Big Jim avait ce personnage, et en déconnant, ils se sont dit tu pourrais le jouer, je sais pas, allez, on va essayer, pour déconner. Et puis, comme c'est un de ses amis donc, qui connaît forcément sa voix, pour que ça soit impartial, il l'a passé à sa femme. Sa femme a choisi Big Jim. Comme quoi.
Make sure you say the stuff about him taking food out of my fridge.
Donc, allez, il y a d'autres questions. Parce que attention, je vous préviens, s'il n'y a pas d'autres questions, c'est moi qui pose des questions.
Non, c'est mon tour.
Vous voulez poser une question? Voilà.
Question idiote. Il a dit question idiote. Il a dit une question idiote.
Une question
idiote.
Je sais pas.
Hey, look at me. Traduisible? Ok. Non, je peux la faire en anglais si vous voulez. It's a question for Lee. What will be the gummy speech with Snip's voice?
What would be the what?
The gummy speech in the episode 100.
In episode 100?
Can you do it in Snip's voice?
No, I'm sorry. Say it.
He wants you to do Gummy's speech from episode 100 in Snips's voice.
God, wait, hold on.
Just talk about the
Wait, I think I have it. Wait, just wait. Wait, I don't know if I have it. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it here. But in Snip's voice,
Something about we're all just one
bugbear, thing away from all you guys. What are you doing to me? Wait, I think I might have it. Wait. Hang on. You want to do this to me? You guys are evil. Okay, just stand by. So evil. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it.
It's okay. You can improvise a philosophical speech.
No. Just wait. Yes, I do have it. Here we go. What is life? Is it nothing more than the endless search for a cutie mark? And what is a cutie mark but a constant reminder that we're all only one bugbear attack away from oblivion? And what of the poor gator, forever blank, destined to an existential swim down the river of life to an unknown destiny.
Just in case you do not see it, the audience is going bananas here.
Well, I hope they are, because I did not know where this was. But I was like, it's here somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, there you go.
Bah non, mais ça, faut pas le traduire quand
même. Voilà, c'était une question.
On va pas le traduire, ça. Hein.
Refus de la part des traducteurs de traduire.
Est-ce qu'il y a une autre question?
No, listen, I want to ask this.
Yes?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Yes.
So, the people that do our voices in France,
yes,
are they as good as us?
That's an interesting debate.
I have one question. One answer is that I have my little brother, which is like 7 years old, and I've surprised him watching My Little Pony, but in French, because obviously it's watching French TV. No, it's not as good as, because it sounds weird, like very weird.
I think the core problem of us French people, we had a lot of time listening to the English voices, and generally when there are things that we miss, generally, for example, Applejack's accent doesn't really happen in French, and other subtleties and jokes that are hard to translate. And well, generally there's a kind of we love you and we hate you relationship with the French dub.
I think that's true of most dubs.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Like, for example, like I am doing, I don't know, do you guys know Dragon Ball Kai?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Frieza.
Ooh, okay.
So, I'm Frieza this year. So there's two companies that do the dubs. One is Ocean Studios, and we are very good. I love my actors, my fellow actors. In Texas, there is another company called, what are they called? They're called, I can't remember.
Something, back something?
No. Hang on. Just give me a moment. Okay.
Texas Fox Acting Corporation.
No, it's Texas. I can't remember what they're called, but they're not good. They just pump out cartoons over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. What are they called? Why don't I remember? Why?
It doesn't matter.
This will hold you for the rest of the day.
It does matter. They are... Oh, okay, I can't remember. Je sais pas. Anyway, so the Funimation. Mm-hmm. They are not up... I'm gonna say it out loud. And it's going to make a lot of people very angry. But Funimation does a lot of cartoons very quickly. And I don't hear the acting beats come through the way I hear the acting beats come through in Ocean Studios here in Vancouver. So they do their version of Dragon Ball Kai, and they have their version of their characters. The ones that we do here, we are better. I really believe it. I am Frieza. They have their Frieza. I have my Frieza. Don't look for the Frieza from Funimation. Look for the Frieza that's done here in Ocean Studios. So you see, it's so early in the morning here, you guys. It's not fair because I am really tired. But I'm telling you,
it's okay. But we understand what you mean.
What we do here in Vancouver is so far and above, and so to every other place in the world. I love the talent pool that we have here, right from the writers to the directors, to the show directors, to the voice actors, to the animators, to the storyboard artists, to the animators, to the tweeners, to the everything. We are really the hub of animation in the world. I really believe it, and I will go on record by saying it.
Okay.
You have to agree with me. You guys are amazing. We are amazing. We're all amazing. We make good cartoons here. That's what I'm gonna say, and I'll go on record on saying it. And it's early in the morning, and I'm tired. I am coffee, and I don't care who hears. I don't care who hears me.
It's okay. We love you for it.
We're the best in the world. That's what I think.
Donc, on a eu un petit échange rapide sur en gros les fandubs, et il a enchaîné notamment sur Dragon Ball Kai, leur version, donc où c'est Freezer quand même, c'est Freezer, nom de Dieu, c'est Freezer.
Et c'est même pas encore sa forme finale.
Ce n'est pas sa forme finale. It's not his final form. Et justement, donc il a parlé d'un autre studio qui double aussi Dragon Ball Kai, qui est Funimation, qui, grosso modo, sur ce qu'il dit, ils sont moins bons que lui quand même. Ils sont moins bons que lui. Puisque,
Vancouver's better than Texas. That's right.
Puisque notamment il disait, il ne sent pas tellement le jeu d'acteur, l'implication, et donc il vous recommande, n'est-ce pas, si vous voulez voir Dragon Ball Kai doublé en anglais, eh bien regardez sa version. Parce que c'est la seule qui compte.
Ou alors sinon,
or else. Watch it.
Unfortunately, the schedule is kind of tight. So, do you have any last words you want to give us or tell us? Something?
Yes, I do. I have some last words. And Jim, do you want to go first? Jim, you go first.
Okay. Just
I got
thank you very much.
stuff to say.
Thank you for including me in this. I hope it was somewhat informative, and please let us know what you think of the end of the season. We only have a few episodes left, and I'm pretty pleased with how the rest of them turned out. Hope everyone likes them.
I'd like a round of applause for Jim, please, because he is the one that makes, as an animator, he is the one that makes everything look beautiful. So a round of applause, please, for Jim. Thank you, Jim.
You have been obeyed, master.
And in terms of what I'd like to say last is this has been wonderful. Thank you very much for this session with Jim and myself. And I know you guys are a brand new, BronyDays is a brand new, you're brand new. You're brand new. It's hard. I know. It's very hard to get going and keep things going. but hopefully, because Jim and I were your first guests, I hope that we will be your first in-person guests. That
Too
would
late,
be,
Ingrid's already there.
that would be wonderful. Jim, I don't know about you, but wouldn't you like to go and travel to France just to say hi?
It'd be great.
I know. So, on behalf of myself, and I hope Jim, and whatever, I just want to say thank you so much for welcoming us to France. I love France. I love the culture. I spent so much time, I'm going to say this, I spent so much time at Le Dumago, dans la ville de Paris. I spent so much time there at Simone de Beauvoir's table, and I can't think of a better place to be than in France. So if you want to invite Jim and I next year, please do. We'd love to come, and thank you so much on behalf of myself, and if it's okay, Jim, on behalf of both of us, for welcoming us here today. So, merci bien. Très, très agréable.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
As for an invitation for next year or the year after, well, if that's possible, then why not?
We'll keep that in mind. Don't worry, we'll not forget.
Well, I'm just putting that out there. Just putting it out there.
All right.
Anyway, thank you so much, you guys.
Merci.
Thank you.
Merci bien.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Good night.
Bye bye.
Donc voilà pour notre session avec Jim Miller et les Tockar. J'espère que vous avez pu avoir des informations constructives sur qui sont les personnages plutôt cruciaux dans la construction du show. On se retrouve dans 2 heures, si je ne dis pas de bêtises, pour le concert, notamment avec des invités de marque. Donc oui, voilà, c'est ça. 20 heures si on n'a pas de retard, pour notre concert.
Excusez-moi les gens, si vous pouvez évacuer la salle, puisqu'on va devoir installer la salle pour le concert. On va vous écraser si vous restez là. Et ça serait bête de vous écraser. Donc s'il vous plaît.